What data are you collecting to understand where you currently stand? Okay. You want to create a roadmap to improve, but that requires that you leave no question as to what's going on now. Okay. In most cases, I start off one of these talks by asking you a question. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about today. I'm not going to ask you anything and have you think about any answers. I'm just going to tell you what I want to tell you. So this is going to be about recording and measuring, specifically the importance of recording and measuring. Okay. This is Mark Johnson, the founder of Bounce Pep, bringing you ideas for a fit and flourishing future. And you know that I am the youngest son of Bill Johnson because I tell you that every time I talk to you, don't I? Thank you to my subscribers, and thank you if you are not subscribed, but you're watching anyway. I do appreciate you lending me your time and your ear. So let me tell you, you cannot manage what you do not measure. I know that it's an old cliche, but it's true. You cannot manage what you do not measure. If you run a business, if you are a business owner, or if you are an executive running or overseeing a business, you probably have some appreciation of the importance of accounting because you need to know where the revenues are coming from. You need to know the outflows, in other words, the expenses, right? You need to know where the money is leaving and going out to. And then you need to understand where your profit, how you're getting your profit. You need to understand depreciation. You need to understand, how much are you retaining in earnings, right? Retained earnings, things like that. All of these accounting principles are really, really important and valuable for you to understand and to be tracking and measuring. You have to start by recording the data, right? So you understand this as someone who owns or runs a business. You have to be recording all of the numbers all of the time and tracking that data. The same thing when, for instance, when I go to the gym, I record everything. Let me just show you something. Let me just pick a page here very quickly. It can be any page, but this is just random. So I know that the text here is a bit small and you can't read it, but I think you get the point. Every time I go to the gym, I write down the date. I write down the exercises I'm doing. If I'm going to be working on hypertrophy, I'll write that down. If I'm going to be working on building strength, I write that down. If I'm doing German volume training or something like that, I write it down. If I'm doing a superset, a compound set, a drop set, any kind of set like that, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write down every single exercise that I do. I'm going to write down the number of reps that I do. I'm going to record all of this data. And I do this at every single workout. And do you know why I do that? Because I want to know where I stand. Okay. If I understand where I stand, then I can understand what I need to do next to go to the next level. But if I have no understanding and no clarity about where I stand, I just have some vague general sense, that's not good enough. Okay. So what I'm explaining to you is recording and measuring is vital if you want to manage your progress effectively. If you actually want to achieve some transformation, a lot of you want to achieve a transformation. What are you recording? What are you measuring? Okay, so that is my question to you actually. What are you recording and measuring? What data are you collecting to understand where you currently stand? Okay, you want to create a roadmap to improve, but that requires that you leave no question as to what's going on now. Okay, and you can only do that by recording what's happening now. I have this thing, if you go to the Bounce Pet website, called Overcome a Poor Diet. It's a booklet that you can download, and it just gives you some ideas and some challenges that you can take on to improve your diet. But one of the things that I actually ask you to do in there is record your actual eating habits for 1 week, every single day. Like record what you eat every day for 1 week in detail so that you understand exactly what it is that you're already eating, not just have a vague sense. Understand precisely what kinds of foods you're eating every single day by writing them down. There should be no doubt about what you're eating because you're recording it, okay, so that you gain clarity. I have another thing. If you go to the Bounce Pet website, this stuff is all free. You just go there and download it. You do it. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. But I have another thing called the Personal Priority Prober. The Personal Priority Prober, which basically gets you to measure what you are currently doing with your time, because a lot of people say they want to measure they want to manage their time better. They want to utilize their time more effectively, whatever it is, but they don't have a clear sense of where their time is going. And so I created this tool that allows you to very, very quickly, fairly accurately understand specifically the things that you are spending your time on a daily basis so that you can understand where you're wasting time, right? But the basic idea behind all of this is recording and measuring, okay? You cannot level up. You cannot elevate from where you are now if you don't have any clarity about where you actually stand. Okay. So I want you to take this idea with you. I want you to take it to heart. Pick something that you want to level up on, whether it's related to your health, your relationships, your knowledge, your purpose, whatever it is. Okay. Whatever it is, whatever. Find some metric. Write down what you're doing, first of all. Write down what you're currently doing. Okay. And then once you do that, you're going to be able to develop metrics that you can then measure, your progress against. But it all starts with recording, writing things down, collecting the data. This is very, very important. So that is my message to you today. It's very, very hard to elevate yourself if you don't know where you currently stand and you want to leave no question as to what's going on. You have to do that by recording the data first. Okay, so this has been Mark Johnson, the founder of Bounce Pet, bringing you ideas for a fit and flourishing future. Listen to me now, okay? Record, measure, record, and measure. I'll talk to you next time.